Hey everybody, today we are going to be talking about the Gordon paper Boardwalk freezer paper. Now this is freezer paper and not butcher paper. People get them confused with freezer paper. This is what you're going to be using to freeze any of your meats that you're going to be having. It has a waxy coat to keep that air out, and that's where a lot of your freezer burn comes into play. Butcher paper is what you're using just to wrap your meats with, and it's just paper that you can use instead of using any of. I'll put it this way: we used to use newspapers to wrap our meats in, and then we also used to use aluminum foil, Ziploc bags, things of that nature. But now the butcher paper, especially commercial grade butcher paper, is very accessible. This is a godsend and I absolutely love it. One of the things that I like about this is actually really heavy. I decided to grab the 18-inch. So it's 18 inches across by 1,000 feet. So if you look, you can see how much actual paper that there is. And it does come in case you have since it's commercial, if you have a spool that you can put this in, then you can just roll it out on your table. However, I'm using it for individual home purposes. This will last me a lot longer, even longer than what you would get, say, if you were at one of the big box stores, because like I said, it's 18 inches by 1,000 feet. And given that 18-inch is really wide, so you can have huge cuts of meat. Now, I've already used some, so that's why I have this already taped up. So I'll just go ahead and open it so that you can see what the inside of that paper looks like as far as that waxiness. So you look, you can see that shine. That's going to keep the meat airtight. It's going to keep it from sticking to the paper, and your meat that you put in, it'll last. I mean, they have different times that you're supposed to have it in your freezer. The truth is that freezer burn just takes away the flavor of the meat. If you're starving, or not even starving, you're just hungry, you can still take that freezer burnt meat, you can pull it out, you can grind it up, you can make hamburgers, add some spices. You're not going to get, like, say, that terrific taste of a tenderloin, but you will get some nice burgers still out of it. So there's no reason to just throw it away, and this wax paper on this freezer paper helps prevent that. For instance, it says that you're supposed to be able to keep certain types of meat for 3 months. At the end of the day, you can do it for a few years if you seal it properly and take care of your meat when you're putting it away. As you see, this cut is jagged and rigid, and that's just because when I'm on the go, I'm just pretty much ripping and folding and sticking, and then I'm good to go. It's poly coated. It is both, especially because it is commercial grade. It is FDA and it is USDA approved. So when you go to the store and you buy your own personal meat, this is what it's going to be coming in. And then I also love that you're able to write directly onto this, to the other side of the paper, which isn't coated at all. So you're able to write with just a Sharpie. You can put tenderloins, put the date on it, the month on it. That way you know exactly how to rotate it within your freezer. I love it too for wild game because a rounded cylinder of meat, a duck can look like elk. So I love the fact that you can just write that right on there. It's environmentally safe, so once you're done with it, you are having no issues as far as contributing to littering, because it is all 100% biodegradable, made by the Gordon Paper Company. Very easy to use. If you've ever wrapped up meat in newspaper before, I know a lot of people have, because that's just what people used to do. It lasts, it works, but if you don't get out that air, then you're going to have some freezer burn. So what made me decide to finally make that switch and go over is because I've been storing a lot of meat and wanted to look at a different option. Doing things so long in one way and then flipping over to something like this, it was a great grade A pull, and I love the fact that it's 18 inches across, because you'll be able to just put whatever type of meat that you want to put on there. As a matter of fact, store meats, if you buy it in bulk, then those meats will run you a lot cheaper than if you buy it piece by piece. So like, say you buy a couple of few whole chickens and put them together, then you're fine and you're good to go. So for an example of the writing, this is writing right here. These are some duck legs that were just taken July 18th. This was some moose cubes, and you're able just to write right on the meat right there. And this will last you for a few years if you don't get to it right away. They say about 3 months, but that's mostly for flavor purposes and not spoilage purposes. So yeah, guys, if you're into saving some meat, maybe going to Costco and buying you a big huge packet, this piece of paper right here, this bulk of paper, it actually weighs 23.5 pounds. That's how big it is. If you buy this, then you'll be able to store some meat yourself. If you're a game hunter, then you'll be able to treat your meat just like if you went to the butcher's, because that's where they go, get the same paper, and yeah, you'll be grilling and cooking in no time. So there you have it. The Gordon paper Boardwalk freezer paper, 18 inch by 1,000 feet. Thank you much. Y'all have a nice